AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
So. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you are driving home with us. It's not a Thursday during football season, but great to catch up with our guy, Mike Triplett. Hey!
Yeah.
New Orleans Saints coverage with some Mad Libs mixed in.
Why don't you just go by Mike?
It's time to talk black and gold with Mike Triplett of New Orleans.
Yeah,
Football. Presented by Benny's Car Wash. Family owned and operated since 1951.
Shout out to the Mike Triplett Open. Shout out to Benny's Car Wash. Mike, what up, man?
You doing the commentary over the intro? I like that. That's good YouTube video content right there.
Is it? I don't know if it is. Is that really? I don't know. I just, I figured with the hay, was not really anticipating it at that moment, but it was great.
Gotcha. You rolled with it. You made it work. Hey, real quick,
Yeah.
I don't know if you're as old as me, but when you hear the Like Mike commercial and you picture classic Gatorade, do you picture it in that old glass bottle?
No, I picture it. I picture Gatorade from that commercial, like Jordan drinking Gatorade in the green Gatorade cup, like they would have on the bench.
Yeah, gotcha.
I
still have those.
Oh, sure. Do they? I don't think they still have the glass bottles, do they?
No.
What was your favorite flavor?
If they do, the classic is still my favorite to this day. I was not a blue generation child. I had a younger brother, 8 years younger than me. I think that's when blue drinks started and beyond. But I'm still classic.
Like that lemon lime type flavor.
Yep.
Yeah. See, that's great.
That's what Gatorade is to me.
See, man, the orange Gatorade. If you're not,
that's good too.
If you're not going to at least explore the possibility of orange Gatorade, I just feel like you're just intentionally selling yourself short.
They get a multi-pack like at Sam's and grocery stores that's got the yellow, red, and orange, and that's all I need. I don't need the blue and the white and the.
Yeah, the red's good. The red's good too. But I could leave it. You know what I love now? You know it's a power play, Mike. We're deviating here. And I don't know if you're like me, but I love gummy bears and gummy worms. Like that's my favorite candy, and it's as I've gotten older and certainly healthier, like the sugar, like it doesn't, my insulin levels spike and then I crash. It's really not good. But I love it so much, and I'll take the gummies and I'll put them in the Powerade, or in this case the Gatorade, and I'll just let them sit. It's better in orange Gatorade. I'll let them sit in there while I drink it, and then you eat the gummy worms or gummy bears when they're like good and saturated in the Powerade.
I think you invented boba teas.
What?
That's what, like with the little, like if you go to like a Vietnamese place and get the smoothie with the tapioca balls inside, that you like invented it without even realizing.
Maybe so. I don't even know what you just said to me. Boba Fett or something?
Boba tea. Boba tea. Yeah, just like Boba Fett.
Got it. Boba tea. Okay. Anyway, how about from Boba tea to Alante? That would be Alante Taylor. How about that transition? Can I get one? Thank you very much. Hey, is he going to be back in New Orleans?
I mean, I keep predicting no, because we keep talking about how the salary cap has done the Saints favors, and now they're like back to healthy life with the salary cap. But imagine what it's done for all the teams that were like already $50 million under the cap. They can just write blank checks to every free agent. And when you're a 26, 27-year-old free agent who's shown the upside he's shown, I just have a feeling there's going to be a higher bidder out there. It reminds me a lot of Paulson Adebo's free agency a couple years ago. The Saints like him. He liked playing in Brandon Staley's defense. The door would stay open, but I have a feeling the market will probably offer something better to him.
I'm afraid to ask, but what about DeMario?
I'm a little more torn on that. I mean, we've seen guys like Bobby Wagner and Levante David have their chance at free agencies and not get huge paydays. So I don't know what the comp is. I think every team should want a DeMario Davis. And more power to him if he wants to make a little more money or be in a more high-profile situation, boost his Hall of Fame candidacy. But I still think there's a really good chance he comes back. I would say it's at least 50-50.
Do you so it's always interesting how they approach free agency because there's the first wave, and normally the Saints, no matter what their cap situation is, they're a buyer on day one or in the first wave, somehow, some way. Where do you think that priority is or will be?
I think it better be guard. I think they better identify the one or two guards that they really love and be willing to overpay for that position because it's such a need. It's a need because they don't have a starting left guard on the roster, but there's nothing they have to improve more than their run game, their short yardage run game, their physical run blocking. There's nothing more important to this franchise than protecting Tyler Shuck. And I don't think you can, pencil in guard with the 8th pick in the draft. So I think that has to be a free agency must for them. And then everything else is a little all over the map. Like, receivers, definitely possible. Running backs, definitely possible. Tight ends, definitely possible. A cornerback to replace Nalante is definitely possible. Edge rusher is definitely possible. But you can do a little more mixing and matching free agency or the draft with those positions. Guard is the one that I think you have to address in free agency.
Mike Triplett's with us. Mike, I want to ask where you fall on the Jeremiah Love with the 8th overall pick conversation, in part because you are someone I know in the many years you and I have been doing this, you have many times talked about using a pick in the top 10 on a value position that you can't get outside of the top 10. And running back would not qualify there. So I'm curious where you fall on the Jeremiah Love thing.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have some rules and guidelines in my mind, and one is running back is a position you can acquire other ways, and I actually think that's true of the draft, 2nd, 3rd, 4th round, and I think it's true of free agency. I think you can still get bargains at running back in free agency. I think they could go out and sign Travis Etienne for $11 million a year or something like that. You can't solve your receiver problem or your edge rusher problem for $11 million a year, not even close to that. So that is a reason that I've always been a little biased toward, get your running back somewhere else, use that top 10 pick on an edge rusher or an offensive tackle. But
Jeremiah,
well, yeah, I'm saying in general. They've already done it. I agreed with getting Calvin Banks last year. Jeremiah Love's an exception.
No!
Jeremiah Love. What are you saying?
I thought you were going to be with me on this one, Mike. Damn it. Does anyone not see my point? You cannot take a running back 8th. No.
All right, let me finish.
Right.
Look, if anyone ever throws the argument, would you rather have Bijan Robinson or Tali Fuaga? I mean, obviously you're always cheating when you make an argument like that, because you'll be like, all right, why can't it be Bijan Robinson or Penei Sewell? Why do you take the elite guy at one position and a so-so guy at another position? But all I care about is that with this number 8 pick, the Saints get a guy who's going to make 4 All-Pro teams. So if their grades tell them Jeremiah Love is the second best player in this draft, and some of the other guys are graded way lower, I want them. This team used to have 7 players ranked on the NFL Network top 100 list. Now they have 0. I want talented players, so I'm willing to put those position position value arguments aside. As a tiebreaker, though, yeah, I would like to think they could find someone they like just as much as Love. I would like it to be Caleb Downs or a receiver or an edge rusher for sure. But if Love is really the special guy in this draft class, I'm willing to accept that too.
Dang it, Mike. I am on this island by myself. And you know what? I'll be like Tom Hanks in Castaway. I'll just sit here and talk to a volleyball all day with my bloody handprint on it. That's what I'll do. I'm not talking to anybody else about this anymore. Tired of this conversation. The Titans have to take that dude 4th overall so the Saints don't have this decision to make. Yeah. That's what needs to happen. All right. Mike Triplett's with us, New Orleans.
Maybe
Football.
Maybe they'll. Do you want them to go ahead and sign Travis Etienne or
sure.
Tyler Algier or someone right now and just knock it out?
Kenneth Walker?
Yeah, now you got something to root for.
Kenneth Gainwell? Yes. Give me any of them. Yes. Just for the same reason you said I can get value at running back. And by the way, we just saw the Raiders take the best running back in the history of the world last year. It was a top 5 pick, and they were still the worst team in the league. Not his fault, but he's not going to elevate you. You have to have other elements around you. So you don't take a running back in the top 5 or the top 10 and get running backs, man. And get running backs. And get you a running back. Get running backs everywhere.
I understand the argument. I've made it many times myself. I have.
That's why I asked you a very leading question, thinking that you were going to be on my side, and you were not.
All right, let me give you your counterpoint. Ready?
All right.
Max Crosby's a defensive end. He didn't help the Raiders. Brock Bowers is a pass catcher. He didn't help the Raiders. Sometimes everybody can't help a lousy team.
Max Crosby can still be an all-pro on a bad team. You cannot be an all-pro running back on a bad team.
That's fair.
Who's that? Was it Taylor? Who was all-pro running back this year in the NFL? Was Jonathan Taylor? I don't know. I didn't look at the all-pro team. Another one
why am I forget? Well, Christian McCaffrey almost won MVP, so he might have been first-team all-pro.
Okay. They just missed the playoffs. Anyway, whatever. But they were not bad. All right. He's Mike Triplett, New Orleans Football. All right, so guard at the start of free agency, and then what would you like to see them do? All right, so they get a guard in free agency. What is your best case for 8th overall?
If I could do it now and handpick someone, I kind of like Caleb Downs, but it's the same Jeremiah Love argument. Like, I think he's a special player. I'm not saying I want to fill safety or I want to fill star nickelback. I think Caleb Downs might be a really special player. But I think David Bailey might be a special player. Reuben Bain might be a special player. One of the receivers might be a special player. Like, I'm not going to come on your show and try to sell best player available when no one's ever heard that idea before, but I genuinely want them to find the guy. I mean, I love that they've got the head start with Tyler Shuck and 2 tackles, but they need the guy that's going to be ranked 25th on the all top 100 team in a couple of years. They need a guy who's going to be an identity of the team. They need a guy who's going to be on the Monday Night Football ad, blank versus blank. Give me a star on this team again. And the good thing is they have like 12 positions to choose from. They really just need to take that elite player. They don't need to get cute with trying to fill a need. They have a lot of needs.
Yeah, they do. Mike Triplett, New Orleans Football, at Mike Triplett. Y'all give him a follow. Thanks, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll talk soon. It's after further review. Looking for dinner plans tonight. Supper Club. It's open Tuesday. They're closed Sunday, Monday, back open Tuesday. So if you're knocking off work, how about you pop on into Supper Club? Moscona, I would, but I don't have a jacket. Doesn't matter. You don't need a sport coat to go to Supper Club. Now, you want to wear one. I love throwing on a jacket going to Supper Club, but you don't need one. As long as it's a collar shirt, you'll meet the dress code. And you don't need a reservation because there's open seating at the bar. 14 bar stools, 7 bar tables. You can always pop in without a reservation. Belly up to the bar, have dinner at the bar, enjoy a cocktail, glass of wine after work. Maybe you have a client in town, close some business. It's Supper Club. And remember, Fridays in Lent, hey, Moscona, I thought they were a steak place. They are. They got the best steaks you'll have anywhere. But they got amazing seafood options as well. The Chilean sea bass, the Ora king salmon. They've got lobster, the Alaskan king crab legs. They've got stone crabs as well, scallops. So many great options at Supper Club. So if it's a Friday in Lent, a Tuesday night, celebrating a birthday and anniversary, Get by Supper Club and have the best experience of your life. SupperClubBTR.com. SupperClubBTR.com. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. Thanks to Mike Triplett for hanging out. We're a little bit late here. Jared Mitchell's going to join us. Thanks to Shea Dixon, who was here in hour number 1. If you missed that, we did go over some of the betting odds for Jeremiah Love. He's actually favored. He's the betting favorite to be the 4th pick. So may not even be available for the Saints at 8. But we'll get there. Tiger basketball is back on the floor tonight. They'll lose at Auburn. Might give you a thumbnail preview of that coming up in a bit. But Jared Mitchell next on AFR.
After Further Review.
If you need to hire, you need Glow Resources. Simple as I can say it. If you need to hire the right person for your job, what job? Any job. What industry? Any industry. If you need a permanent employer solution, you need Glow Resources. Home base is right here in Baton Rouge. Corporate headquarters on Perkins near Pennington. You can't miss it, as a matter of fact. If you're driving down Perkins, same side of the street. It's Quail Oak is the street there. It's Perkins and Quail Oak. You can't miss it. Trust me. I mean, they have done a beautiful job with that building and reimagining and designing their corporate headquarters. And so yes, home base is Baton Rouge, and the lion's share of their work is Baton Rouge, New Orleans. But they have offices in Florida and Mississippi and Texas, and they serve businesses all over the country, performing work all over the world. So if you need to find the best people to make your business the most efficient, profitable it can be, you need Glow Resources. GLO. GlowResources.com.
After Further Review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
All right, rolling along here in 5 o'clock hour. Thanks for hanging out with us. We always appreciate Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. SunnyQuip.com, SunnyQuip.com. New location now open off the new Pico exit, I-10 in Baton Rouge. Jared Mitchell, former Tiger great at the SEC Network, good enough to spend a couple of minutes with us. Jay Mitch, how are you, man?
Wonderful. How y'all doing today, man?
Doing good. Probably better days for the baseball program ahead than losing to Northeastern. I mean, look, we've all seen this happen, been there before. When you see something like that, Jared, where LSU takes it on the chin in the midweek against a team like Northwestern, kind of lackluster, what's your reaction when something like that happens?
Being that it's their second loss of the year, and look, at the end of the day, I can tell the truth. I'm always going to bleed purple and gold. It is what it is. But when it's all said and done and this season is over, this season will not be defined, win or loss, by whatever happened to Northeastern. And that's just the absolute facts of it. And I mean no disrespect to that team, to that program, to what they're doing and how they've been able to play and the things they've been able to do lately. But it's not really about them. These opportunities were opportunities to go out there, get wins, stack W's, play games, get at-bats, pitch innings, and do those things to get yourself ready for that 30-game conference slate. That's what I am worried about so far through this whole thing. They're sitting here with 2 losses on the year, and if you don't even look at that loss, you love what they've done so far this year. So I am okay with it. You wash it, you rinse it, you don't even think about it, and you move forward to the next week.
Hey, do you think – I'm curious just from a player's perspective what you think this part of the schedule is like, right? And the way I've kind of described it is opening weekend, there's a lot of anticipation. Then you have this really exciting, neutral site thing in Jacksonville. And then you got 2 weeks before conference play, and it feels like it's just a bit of a lull on the schedule until you get to conference play. Is that a real thing, Jared, from a player's perspective?
A little bit. It's also, I wonder how much Jay's, I guess, thought to – Jay really wanted to get all 56 in, right? And that was a big thing for him to try to figure out, how can I put this schedule together to get all 56 in? And this is how they decided to construct the schedule. I wonder how much, the 8 games in 10 days, and then you turn around and you play 3 over the weekend, and then you got the 4th on a Monday at this early in the year where maybe the crowd, maybe the juice isn't there, even less than what it is usually in a midweek game in those situations, and you got to bring it yourself and create your own. I wonder how much you can kind of get lulled to sleep in those situations a little bit, because those guys are not used to doing that. That's not something that's commonplace in college ball. So I wonder if some of that a little bit is kind of played into where the bats have been the last couple of days and kind of how things have gone. And yeah, like at the end of the day, you wonder if they start looking forward to and start looking ahead to, that conference schedule that's coming up a little bit.
Jared Mitchell is with us, former Tiger, of course, SEC Network. What are you encouraged by with this LSU team so far through 3 full weeks?
I'm encouraged by two things, and this is one of them is going to sound kind of weird because it hasn't been anywhere near quote unquote what we've seen visually last year, and the other one is what we were hoping we would start to get. What we were hoping we were kind of get to be the graduation of a freshman year into a sophomore year. Give me Casey Evans that has not been at his best, but has found ways to stack W's, found ways to get outs, and found ways to put up good stat lines at the end of a performance, right? Give me that. I know there's more, and if there's anybody that I can say, hey, the dominant visual that I got of how he threw the ball last year coming out of the pen, if there's anybody I'm going to give leeway to find how to do that and move that, everything that he did at that spot into a starter's role, I'm giving it to him. So I love what he's done so far in terms of transitioning himself into a starter and finding a way to make it work while also going deeper into games, which is something he didn't have to do last year. The second part of it is William Schmidt, right? If you're able to have someone else like that throwing on a Sunday, man, hard to beat somebody, right? Because you're sitting there saying, hey, Kayson's going to get better, and he's still finding ways to win. You got Cooper throwing on Saturday, who has been absolute lights out and a delight. I think he's been better than anybody thought you would be getting in that situation. And if you have a young sophomore, a young second-year guy like William Schmidt who's able to come on to the likes of, like, I'm not going to sit here and say it's the exact same thing, but there's a lot of similarities up until this point of what you saw through their careers at this point of their career between Cade Anderson and William Schmidt. If he can keep ascending and keep going, you got to love what you're getting out of the starting rotation. So I think that, and obviously the bullpen and what they've done, the days that they've been able to stack outings where they haven't walked a ton, you have to love that, because if you can pitch it that way, play great defense behind them, you have a chance. You have a puncher's chance in any ball game, and that's really all you can ask for.
Do you think, Jared, because there's always the conversation, though, about might you see any changes in the rotation? Would you lobby for a change to move Cooper more up if he keeps throwing the way he has?
I wouldn't. And, you can look around the SEC. There's a lot of things that have gone on. Like if I go to Texas right now, remember there was a freshman at Texas named Dylan Valances who beat out Casey Evans, who beat out Derek Curiel for the freshman of the year. He came out of the bullpen as well. He wasn't even a starter. Well, you would think going to the next year, somebody that was that successful, who had done that well, of course he would move into the weekend rotation. He would probably move into the top end of it. He's been throwing on Sunday for Texas. So it almost seems like maybe some of these coaches have a little bit of a mind shift change in terms of, yes, like we want our high-octane guy throwing on Friday night. But if we can got a spot where we got people who we trust in these spots, who can go out there and be competitive in these spots, and then we can get to either Saturday or Sunday with guys who we think are for sure going to win against whoever your Saturday or Sunday guy is, we love that opportunity. So for me, no, I'm fine with it. You can still roll them out there on Friday right now. And once again, like I said, still getting wins while having Cooper on a Saturday, while having an ascending William Schmidt on a Sunday. I like what they're doing. Keep everything the same. And you have to understand, too, I think this is a big part of it as well. When you have Gavin Guidry to come back into that bullpen and pitch the way he's pitched and do it with the attitude that he's done it and give you shades at 23, and you have a Devin Sheeran, and you have guys like that who are able to lock down the back end of the bullpen, and you have Saturday and Sunday guys who are winning and stacking very good innings as well, there is no real pressure to have to move Kaysen and or anyone out of the spots that they're in, because everything else is taken care of in that sense.
Is there something you would like to see improved over the next 2 weekends, or I guess then one more weekend before the start of conference play?
For me, before the start of conference play or at the start of conference play, it's always for me the lineup. Now, I say that, and I want to make sure I make this understood as well. Jay doesn't seem to be going about that. Not to be going. He doesn't. In the past, he hasn't seemed to go about his way of putting that lineup construction together by the beginning of conference play. You got to go back to 23 when it seemed like that was literally just wake up, show up at the ballpark, and you knew what 9 were in the lineup in terms of how they would roll it out there. Since then, it's been so much depth, and he's done a masterful job of trying to figure out who, where, how, when, and plug and play in the way he wants to. And I think he's going to continue to do that. So for me, I would always like to have a very good idea about who is my 9 through 11, maybe 12 guys that I'm going to really roll through the lineup, and that's going to get the lion's share of my at-bats. Jay doesn't seem to go about it that way. So that's what I would want to see. I just don't think that is what we're going to see.
He's Jared Mitchell. Remember, Mic'd Up with Mikey Matuk and Jared Mitchell. Mondays, Wednesdays, on YouTube?
Yeah, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday. Mondays, Wednesdays,
Okay.
6 to 8. Fridays from 1 to 3.
Okay. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Make sure you're subscribed up there on YouTube. Mic'd Up with Mikey Matuk, Jared Mitchell. Of course, you can see J. Mitch on the SEC Network as well. Man, we always appreciate the time. Okay, we'll bother you again soon.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Jared Mitchell, former Tiger great. Great perspective, man, on where the team is. Sometimes it's hard to see the forest of the trees whenever you come off a week like this. And it's not just one game, right? I mean, you go back to McNeese, the offensive performance through the weekend, and then what happened on Monday, losing to Northeastern the way they did. It's not been a great week. I'd point out that in spite of not playing well, they still found a way to sweep the weekend. Despite not having their best, they did it a different way behind dominant pitching, which was awesome. Monday against Northeastern was not awesome objectively, but maybe it's a wake-up call that they need. It's interesting, that he did reference, and I didn't even lead him to the question. He did reference the 13 games in 18 days or whatever it is, the 8 games in 10 days. It's just that's something that college baseball players don't typically do. So maybe guys out of routine, out of rhythm a little bit. Could throw you off. We'll see. Get a day off today. Get back at it Wednesday against the Cajuns over in Lafayette. Okay, y'all. It's after further review. Excuse me. We are brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020, 924-2020. You want to see 2020? Call 924-2020 for the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020. Set up that consultation with Dr. Blake Williamson. Go sit down, have a conversation, see what options exist for you. Because I say it all the time, no matter your age or your refractive issue, there is an option whereby you can be rid of contacts or glasses forever. You're tired of carrying around 8 pair of readers. You got the one on your head, the one on your shirt, the one by your nightstand, the one on your desk at work, the one in your car. You just have the readers with you everywhere you go. Be done with that. Just see. Custom lens replacement could be the option. Williamson Eye Center can make it happen. 924-2020, 924-2020, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEye.com. All right, y'all, it is after further review. Glad you're hanging around with us here. Otter will be here in about 15 minutes. Always looking forward to that. Otter locks are posted, by the way, over at LouisianaSports.net, and they are always free. So you can everything at LouisianaSports.net is always free. So you can always get to LouisianaSports.net. And Jimmy's picks are always posted sometime in the 3 o'clock Central Time hour. So if you want to get it there, you can. All right, let me knock out a quick break. We'll come back. LSU men's team, they'll lose tonight at Auburn, but we'll give you a quick preview of that as we roll along here. Remember, you can email us, tweet us, or text the show, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Lots of ways you can get involved, so feel free to do it. 396-4400 is how you can text us. Stick around here. It's AFR.
AFR.
Let's Rev. R-E-V. Let's Rev.com. Talking to you, Baton Rouge. Talking to you, Gonzales, Prairieville, Plaquemine, Denham, Springfield, Hammond, Ponchatoula, Covington, Mandeville, U2, North Shore, LaPlace, Reserve, Thibodaux, Homa, LaRose, Grand Isle. Yeah, Bayou Region, talking to you as well. 70,000 Louisiana home and business owners trust Rev for their internet, cable, home automation, phone, all of it. You should be next. It's local service, and Rev has you covered. So go to letsrev.com if you want to learn more. R-E-V, letsrev.com. Remember, we're talking about an all-fiber network. We're talking about lightning-fast internet speeds up to 5 gigs and local people and local service. R-E-V, letsrev.com.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Plowing these fields in the hot summer sun. Over by the gate, Lordy, here she comes with a basket full of chicken and a big cold jug of sweet tea. I make a little room and she climbs on up.
Hey, Muse, you going to watch the basketball Tigers tonight?
I'm just gonna be honest. No, I'm not.
Yeah, me
no,
either.
I'm not gonna watch that game. No.
Paula, you in?
I'm gonna pass.
I'm going to guess you also will not know the answer to this question.
Try me.
What time is tip-off?
I do know the answer to this question.
Then don't answer it. Paulie, what time is tip-off?
7:30.
You'd think.
They're playing this game in Hawaii?
Sorry, that's
Bro, they are tipping this off at 9 p.m. Central.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, if you are one of the blessed souls, I mean, you're a real one. Like Jason Ramazan, Casey McKenzie, my guy used to wear the cutout orange basketball on his head during the Brady Ball era. Anybody else? Them two? Anybody else going to be watching this tonight? 9 o'clock tip?
Hunt Palmer.
No, I guarantee you he won't. Hunt will be night. And by the way, he's the writer for Louisiana Sports.net, so his responsibility will be the postgame story. My guess is he's going to say, hey, can we just run the press release tonight? And I'm going to be like, Hoon, not mad at you for that request. No, stay your ass up and write the story. For the 4 people that want to read it tonight.
Oh, man.
On cue. Shout out to my guy, dude. Casey McKenzie on cue. I'll be tuned in, fam. I love the letters LSU.
Oh, man.
I mean, find you someone who loves you like Casey McKenzie loves LSU basketball. I dare you. That's a hard, bruh. You got to love hard. You got to love hard.
You got to be a true sicko at this point, to be quite honest with you. I mean, the 9 p.m. thing is really what takes it to that level.
No doubt.
Like, it's not just the fact that they're not very good. I mean, you can love hard and watch a not very good team.
Yeah.
A not very good team at 9 p.m. against another not very good team in Auburn. That's sicko level.
Do you have the Bruce? You don't have the Bruce Pearl comments, do you? So Bruce Pearl has gone publicly stumping. See if you can find that. Bruce Pearl has gone publicly stumping for Auburn. So they're a bubble team, and his son Steven, of course, in one of the most absurd acts of nepotism ever. Bruce Pearl retires right before the season to promote his son. Like, you could say who among us, but my goodness, it's one thing to give your kid a job on staff. It's another, like, to make sure his first head coaching job is the Auburn job, when the Auburn job is quite literally the most desirable the Auburn job has ever been. Right? I mean, I don't... Has the Auburn job ever been more desirable? Has the Auburn program ever been more stable or better than it was under Bruce Pearl? I don't think so. I mean, they never made a Final Four. Who is that guy? Hey, Casey, since you're listening, who is the guy when we were in school from Auburn? Porter? Something Porter? Does that name sound familiar? He'll text me. He'll know it. Anyway. Porter? Look that up. Auburn 2000 men's basketball Porter. Chris Porter.
Look at that. Yeah.
Look at my guy. Got me.
Casey gets a ding.
Casey, you want to call and co-host this segment? We'll kick Muse in the hall. He's worthless this segment. Casey's got it. I mean, Muse, you don't know your late 90s, early 2000s Auburn basketball. You just get out.
I don't know my late 90s, early 2000s Auburn basketball.
That's clear. Chris Porter was a really good forward and had a big fro. Like, he wore his hair really big, which made him look even bigger than he was. He was a really good player. I remember there was a Saturday game. I remember what year it was, but I was a student at LSU. Me and my buddies, we did the whole student team. This is when you could get, when they still sat the students courtside, not in the, behind the goal. And Auburn came in, and they just couldn't stop Porter, and he beat them. I'm just trying to milk a segment here to talk. We're talking, so they could say, hey, you never talk basketball. We're talking basketball right now. We're talking late 90s, early 2000s Auburn basketball and Chris Porter.
See
Look at him. That's not even a good one, Paulie. Paulie, just go full screen with that. So that's Chris Porter right there, war number 4. Like, that's not even maybe I misremember. I remember the fro being bigger than that. You could probably find, and look at those uniforms too, man.
The unis are good.
The tiger
unis
stripe,
are really good.
The tiger stripe around the neck and the arms. Wow, that has to be a tourney game against. No, I guess it's not a tourney game. They'd have the NCAA. Maybe they didn't do the NCAA patch back then. Playing Stanford right there. Look at that. All right, what do you got, Muse? What are you looking up?
Looking up Chris Porter. Our guy averaging 14.
Chris Porter was a guy.
14 and, God, this stat page is terrible from 2000. Sorry.
Just look up his bio. He had to be all SEC.
Yeah, I did look up the bio, and Auburn's website does not have it anymore. Which, clean it up, Plainsman. What are we doing? I mean, golly.
Wait, I got to see. Casey, do you want me to say that on air? What the last thing you just texted me was?
14 and 7 for our guy.
Dude,
Chris
he was
Porter.
a guy.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Chris Porter was all SEC. He's a really good player. I think this is out there, isn't it?
Easy.
Yeah, I know. I got in trouble with this yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
I
Careful.
didn't really get in trouble, but anyway. And you can't tell me that you're not coming on air because you're doing what you when you're obviously listening and texting me right now. Casey is putting together an event for after the wearing of the green parade, which, by the way, Parish Construction and Roofing will have a float in the wearing of the green parade. Makes a lot of sense. Our colors are green, wearing of the green parade, throwing a lot of green beads, green hats, maybe some green beer. Not going to be throwing green beer, but it'll be a time. Very much looking forward to that. I guess this is out there. He's not answering me now. Anyway, Boosie's playing after the parade. Did you know that?
I'd heard that, yes.
Okay, so
Yes,
anyway,
yes, I'd heard that.
Casey's the one putting on the Boosie show. So Boosie's playing it early.
That'll be solid, man. People will be excited about that. SEC Player of the Year.
There it is.
In 1999. SEC Rookie of the Year in 99. And first team All SEC.
There you go.
Second team in 2000.
You're welcome. Can I get a ding?
You can get a ding. Absolutely.
So that does that fill our LSU basketball quota for the week?
Yeah, sure.
Not.
I mean, we'll probably have like a little blurb tomorrow too, but yeah.
Both teams are 15 and 14.
Mean, bro.
Auburn is 6 and 10 in the league. LSU's 3 and 13. This game tips at 9 p.m. Central, and LSU is a 9.5 point favorite.
9 p.m. on the SEC network. Not even ESPN.
I know. Auburn, are playing for their NCAA tournament lives. Like you're a bubble team, you can't lose this one. I mean, you better go win your next 2 games and get to 8 wins in conference, probably win a game in Nashville. We did it. We did it. We did it. Not that we were obligated, but we did it. Tigers tonight. You'll hear it on Eagle 98.1 if you listen, which if you're listening, whatever. But remember, tomorrow, baseball is on 100.7 The Tiger in Baton Rouge because the Matt McMahon show will be on Eagle 98.1, which I'm sure is going to be awesome too. Brother, can this season just end, please? Just hurry up.
2 more games.
Just hurry up. No, because then they're going to play in the SEC tournament.
Yeah, but isn't this the season finale tonight? They got a game Saturday?
Mm-hmm. Play A&M.
I'm locked in, man.
Come on,
you can tell.
Jeez.
It's baseball season, man. Pretty consumed there.
As you all can tell, my guy is a ton of help here on the show. We're talking about basketball. Ton of help. I said we're talking about basketball.
Yeah.
And when you get me consensus mock draft roundup 24 hours late.
Oh, the
you're
one
huge
time
at that.
I don't check my email. The one time.
You're huge at that. Yep.
Gosh.
It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Clegg's Nursery with 4 locations in the Great Baton Rouge area. We just did a segment about Christmas. Dude, we just did a segment on a guy played in the SEC 25 years ago. Wait, bro, I'm Charles Hannegriff. I just turned into Charles Hannegriff and Jimmy on. It's great that Otter's coming up next. Let's go. We're brought to you by Clegg's, 4 locations in the Greater Baton Rouge area. Sigourney Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Buy local and shop local at Clegg's Nursery. Hey, remember, follow them on Facebook. Couple reasons. They do a great job. Whenever they get new shipments in, they do an awesome job of updating their Facebook page so you can see what shipments are in at what locations. And then also they'll post the weekly ad at their Facebook page as well. So if you want to see what specials they have for that weekend, you can see it on their Facebook page. So follow Clegg's on Facebook. Buy local, shop local. Clegg's Nursery.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Down the stretch we come, final segment on a Tuesday edition of AFR. As always, big shout out to our friends at Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Bunkie and below, you want a Deere, one place you're going, Sunshine, sunequip.com, sunequip.com. All right, a 1-4 night last night. We got to get back on track. Let's do it. Time for Otter Locks.
Otter Locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
Yo, Otter! What up?
Busy list. I don't mean to correct you, but 2 and 3 pays the shop and plus 10.5 on Nicholls State. Let's get to the SEC. A&M and Kentucky. A&M needs a win. They are in the 40s. They're on the bubble. Their buckyball has hit the skids in the second half of the conference schedule. Kentucky got their revenge emotional win on Saturday against Vandy. Gives A&M minus the 1 or pick 'em right now. They were 1.5 when we gave them out earlier to Hunt. Arkansas, Georgia's already started. We went over the number of 189.5. We need to pick up the pace a little bit, but still got plenty to go. So 12 minutes to go in the first half in Athens. Central, I would get on the end game on the over on Alabama.
It's at 176.5. We like that over?
Yes. Central Florida, minus 9.5 when I gave it to Hunt. It's 8.5 now, so I'd recommend it more. They have been hot, man. They've won 4 of 5. Their only loss was Saturday, a 1-point loss to Baylor. They are in right now, but they can't afford another bad loss to a non-tournament team. Central Florida to bounce back. Johnny Dawkins getting ready to get the Knights back into the tournament, minus 8.5 right now. Cincinnati and BYU. BYU has lost 8 of 11, and they lost their second leading scorer, Saunders, about 5 games back. They've hit the skids now. They go to Cincinnati. We know about Cincinnati kind of surging onto the bubble right now with Lenardi. They could use this win. We're taking Cincinnati. That's down to 1.5. It was at 2.5 at one point today. Utah and Colorado. Colorado was 1-7 on the road. Good enough for us. Give us Utah plus the 1.5 at home in Salt Lake City on senior night. And UCLA is 16-2 at home this year. Their only loss is 4-point loss to Arizona and a 1-point loss to Indiana. If they pick them, even money here, take UCLA, non-ranked team favored over not just a ranked team, but a top 10 team in Nebraska.
Otto, that's moved, by the way. UCLA is now minus 1.5 at even money. The money line is minus $1.18.
I would take the money line.
Okay.
Then, but
hey, by the way, did you miss?
There's some pick'ems. I just played it, so there are some pick'ems.
Did you miss Oklahoma?
I guess I went right over them, huh?
So you gave it. It's on the site at Oklahoma minus 2. Right now, it's Oklahoma plus 1.5.
Yes, it has been late movement on Missouri. That's that big revenge spot. We talked about it. Oklahoma had a list of bad, tough losses this year, but that's a tough one. Both teams have won 2 in a row apiece. Oklahoma's won 2 in a row by double digits, including Saturday at the PMAC. But, man, this is a game they've had to head circle. a 30-footer to tie it at the end of regulation, another 28-footer to win it when they were down 2. Brutal loss.
1 minute
Oklahoma.
remaining.
Take Oklahoma there. And we got an NBA spot tonight. We like we had Pistons to win the division. They're well on their way to doing that at plus 450. But they got lucky and won the first game on Friday night at home, came back in overtime. I think the Cavs turn tonight. Getting points at home means much more to them newly acquired Harden. Take the Cavaliers plus the points at home.
That is 8 picks, 7 on the college hardwood, and an NBA play. If you missed any of it, it's all up at LouisianaSports.net.
We call it Ocho, man. The hombre.
The Ocho. The Ocho. Where are you tomorrow, Ocho?
We at Modesto.
Hey! Ocho at Modesto for a margarita is the honor. All right, Otter, good luck. Thank you.
Good luck.
All right, man. Have a great night. All right, we're getting out of here. You missed anything AFR On Demand presented by Brett Golf. Big shout out to our friends over at Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Muse Pauly, thanks. See you tomorrow at 3.
AFR.
Getting on down the road, let me remind you about Rouse's. Rouse's.com, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. You want to check out the website. They always have the weekly specials up at Rouse's.com. Always encourage you as well to check out their social media, especially over on Facebook. They do a great job with content, recipes, other different cuisine ideas. Man, how about this? Like literally just pulled this up. Dinner, done. Grab-and-go meals at Rouse's. Beef lasagna, blackened shrimp pasta, chicken Alfredo, loaded mac and cheese. Find your favorite flavor. Also, it is Sushi Tuesday, $5 every Tuesday. Sushi, grab and go over at Rouse's. Check them out at Rouse's. Which Rouse's? Any Rouse's. There's 76 of them now. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. The official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints, Rouse's.com. Rouse's, this feels like home.